Divination isn't about being psychic enough. It's about learning the language your intuition already speaks. Some people receive information through symbols, others through sensation, some with a yes or no clarity, and even others with, say, see through pattern. Tarot runes and pendulums are not the power, they're the interface. In today's Mystical Minds, we're exploring three classic tools of divination: tarot, runes, and pendulums, and how to find the one that matches the way you naturally perceive information. Because when you stop copying how someone else receives messages and start using your own divination language, your intuition gets louder without forcing it. And I'd like to welcome you to the Mystical Minds podcast. I'm your host, Allie Thies. I'm the creator of Out of Body Ecstasy, the anytime, anywhere orgasmic experience. With over 40 years of experience, I'm also a psychic, an energy worker, and a soul connection specialist. Over the years, I've written 8 books, with book 9, Soulful Connection, scheduled for release in 2026. I've been walking the mystical path since childhood, and now I help others reconnect with their true selves through intuitive readings, soul work, and the safe, sacred space of the Mystical Minds community. This podcast is your invitation to explore the magical, metaphysical, and wildly mysterious side of life. From energy healing to spirit guides, soulmates to sacred rituals, nothing is off limits here. So grab your tea, light a candle, and let's dive into the mystery together. Hello, everybody. Quick update before we dive in. Yesterday, Sunday, I listed a new set of telepathic subliminals, including options for telepathic connection, telepathic intimacy with soulmates, and the twin flame style energetic awareness type of intimacy. Yes, I know. And I'll be listing subliminals for uh, dream sex and astral sex this week. But telepathic sex, as I just mentioned, is already up and they are on sale. So take a look at them. These are all designed, all my subliminals right now are designed to help you connect with soulmates and twin flame for connection and energy, or maybe if you would like, OBE sex or energy sex. To learn more and purchase, check out the link in the show's notes. All right, let's go to the card of the week. I'm using Guides of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. And it doesn't matter if you listen to this card of the week today or 5 years from now, this card is for you for the week. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on this week, guys. I tell you what, 26 has already been a hell of a roller coaster, and we just got started. Goodness gracious. So let's see what's happening. All right. What is this? Enough for now and always. And this is telling us that you are enough exactly how you are. You are worthy. You have worthiness, and your faith in your needs are being met. So, this is really about telling ourselves that we are enough. This is about watching the story we tell ourselves and other people, because we are enough. We are worthy. We're worthy of everything that comes with us, right? Or comes to us, or what we attract. And it's always good to have faith in your needs and desires being met. Because if we don't have faith in it, if we don't believe that it'll happen, what do? Well, we switch right to worry. And our imagination takes over with all the worriness. And our energy absorbs that worry. Okay? If we focus it on the faith and that our needs and desires are being met, then our energy carries that faith message. And we attract what we have faith in, instead of attracting in what we're worried about. It's all about a state of mind and how you think. Now, I hear somebody out there going, oh, it's more than just how you think. And correct, because you may think about faith, but you can't just think about faith and not do anything. Okay, action is always required. That is why this card is also saying you are enough and you're worthy. meaning you have everything you need right now to have your needs and desires met. And you have to have faith in that. And that is the card for this week. All right. Let me gather these back up. You may notice I haven't said anything to Xena yet. That is because my Xena Luina is sick this week. So if you guys could send Xena, the official podcast cat, um, some healing energy, I would greatly appreciate it. She's down for the count, and so is Big Cat Ross. He went to the doctor last week, or the vet, and he's not doing well. My big cat is FIV, which is the feline version of HIV, positive. So any type of energy, healing energy, I welcome it for those two. Please send away. All right, I appreciate that. Now, moving forward, let's talk about the mystical item of the week. We're going to talk about your first divination tool because we all start with something. I started with tarot cards when I was still in single digits. Um, I didn't really understand them. My grandmother mentioned them in passing, but she knew I absorbed everything like a sponge. So it may have seemed like in passing, but she was telling me something. I don't remember where I found these cards. I found them someplace because, again, I think I was 9 at the time. I really was in single digits. I got them from someplace. Maybe I was at Walden Books, which used to be in Belden Village all those years ago, and I bought a deck because I used to get an allowance. Back I would clean the house and I would get, God, what was it? I think I got $2 a week for doing that back in the 70s and 80s. And then I would always get money for my grades. A's, I always got $4. B's, 3. C's, 2. D's, 1. And an F, I didn't get anything. Well, thankfully, I never got an F when I was in high school. I waited till college for that. So I knew I'd gather my money and we'd always go to Belden Village because that was the mall that was closest to me. And back then, that's what you did. You went to the mall. There was no electronics. There was no communicating online. So yeah, my first was a tarot deck that I got in single digits. And then I moved on to, I found numerology and then I went from that. But we'll talk about numerology next week. So the mystical item of the week, your first divination tool, it's chosen intentionally. Okay. You listen to yourself. You don't want to choose something because it's trending on TikTok or because somebody else said, hey, this is a good way to go, or because it looks really good at its packaging. No, it matches you, your nervous system, and your intuitive style. So some examples. A tarot deck for those who receive information through images, symbols, and a story. A small set of runes for those who prefer concise, grounded messages. A pendulum for those who work best with yes or no clarity and body-based responses. Oracle cards for those who like a softer language and reflective guidance. Or a simple divination journal for those who receive insight through writing and pattern recognition. When a tool fits you, it feels calming instead of activating. You read your intuitive messages clear, you don't feel pressure, you don't feel like you're putting on a performance, you're more present in the time. And this first tool isn't meant to make you perfect at all. It's to help you be consistent because consistency builds trust. Trust is what allows intuition to speak through you clearly. So choose one tool to begin and let the relationship, not the performance, guide the process. So divination tools do not create information. They translate what your intuitive system already perceives. It's the energy around you. Okay? This is the most important reframe for prophecy and divination. Tarot, runes, pendulums, oracle cards, journals are not magic objects that override your agency or your free will. They are interfaces. There are ways for your intuition to organize and communicate information so that your conscious mind can understand it. Again, some people think in images, others with sensations, some in pattern, some like, just straight clarity, yes or no. And divination tools give shape to those preferences. When people struggle with divination, it's usually because they're using a tool that doesn't match how they perceive. They're trying to force interpretation. They're looking for certainty instead of awareness. When the right tool is used, intuition doesn't feel dramatic. It feels familiar. And familiarity is how you know the tool fits with you. Now, with tarot, tarot is a symbolic language. It works best for people who naturally think in images, process through metaphors, feel emotional nuance easily, understand meaning through stories. Tarot does not tell a fixed future, it shows what is currently active. It reveals emotional dynamics, internal conflicts, emerging patterns, choices asking to be made. Tarot is particularly helpful because it captures movement, not outcome, reflects where energy is flowing, highlights what is influencing the future. The biggest mistake with tarot is trying to make it a literal divination tool. Tarot speaks in themes, not instructions. When used well, tarot helps you see the shape of what's forming. It is not locked in. And this is something for people to really have a problem with. I've been doing readings a really long time, and people are completely locked into a future um, that they seek. And then they get upset because different intuitives or psychics give them different outcomes. We all have, we all have thousands upon thousands of different outcomes for the same thing. It's all about choice and free will, where we put our energy, what choices we make, right? Um, and what choices we make reflects our energy. So things can change. If we tell you that, yeah, your soulmate, man, they're there. We feel one of them coming into you. You're going to meet them. Oh, I say March, April, or May, somewhere in there. It's going to be a wild experience. So we tell you that, okay? And then you think, oh my God, am I ready for love? Do I really want to do this? And then you panic and you're scared. So everything you were supposed to do, because this gives you the current path, right? Everything you're supposed to do when you got that tarot reading, because that's where the flow is headed, you panic. You don't go along with the flow, what your energy is telling you to do, what the tarot cards is telling you the flow you're in. And all of a sudden, you are shut down, your heart's closed up. Oh, I can't do this. Do you meet them in March, April, or May? No, you don't. Because you didn't go with the flow, you clammed up. And that's not going to bring you anybody. So I'm telling you, when you get readings for yourself, when you get readings for other people, it is about the flow you are currently in. If you change anything with that flow, okay, then the outcome changes. It happens all the time. It's not like movies or TV. All right? I just had to put that out there. Next up is runes. Runes, they are old. It's an old way of intuitive communication. And runes, they work very differently than a tarot deck. I also have a set of runes. I love my runes. They're carved in rose quartz. These guys are not narrative. They're energetic statements. Okay. Runes work best for people who prefer clarity over nuance, simplicity over symbolism, grounded insight, direct messaging, and wanting to know about the challenges you are currently, right now, in the present, going through. Okay? Runes tend to reveal core influences, structural forces, um, challenges, what is being built or maybe torn apart, what is being aligned or misaligned beneath the surface. They are very concise. They don't require a whole lot of interpretation, but more being in the present. Okay, runes don't soften truth. They don't decorate their messages. Um, It's really shown about directional momentum, where the energy is heading if nothing changes. If you do not overcome the challenge that the runes are telling you about, if you don't move on to the next challenge, because we have challenge after challenge after challenge, right? If we don't move forward, then we're going to be stuck in that challenge for God knows how long. I don't know about you, but I do not like being stuck in any challenge. Then we have pendulums. Okay, pendulums, they can be very misunderstood. Um, it's energy. Okay, it's energy that swings an object. They're responses already present in your body and in your energy field. Pendulums work best for people who you like a clean yes or no answer. You respond well to somatic feedback. You can get overwhelmed by symbolism, and you want decision support rather than interpretation. Okay. Pendulums are especially useful when you want to narrow your options, you want to confirm timing, you want to check the readiness, or you want to clarify next steps. Okay. The most important role with pendulum is your state or your energy matters more than the question. If you're anxious, attached, or seeking reassurance, the pendulum will reflect that instability, and it can F with you. It can give you different yes no answers to the same question. It doesn't like um, answering the same question more than once, because when you ask a question twice, your energy shifts because your nervousness is starting to be exposed. Okay. Pendulums are most accurate when your nervous system is calm and your energy is calm, and the question is a specific yes or no. Okay. Pendulums are used for clean discernment, for making that choice. Now, choosing your divination language, it's the way information feels most natural to you to receive. Really. The right tool can calm you, steady you, reduce overthinking, support trust, feel readable, not intimidating. If any tool you use makes you anxious or maybe obsessed with using it, dependent, you can't make a decision until you use it, fearful or maybe frantic for answers, the tool isn't wrong for you, but it's just not your tool for right now because you should not feel anxious, obsessed, dependent, fearful, or frantic for answers when you're using the tool in front of you. Divination is meant to strengthen self trust, not to replace it. Healthy divination practices include asking clear yet limited questions, not repeating the same question obsessively. That is a huge ass no, I'm telling you right now. Take it from my experience, but if you don't believe me, give it a shot. Use tools when you're regulated, so you're calm, not dysregulated, so you're anxious and your energy is spiked or pitting everywhere. Um, they allow answers to mature over time. Prophecy does not require intensity; it requires a relationship. When you find the tool that fits you, divination stops feeling mystical in an unreachable way and starts feeling practical, grounded, and usable. This is when intuition becomes fluent. All right. So your soul work for the week is picking your first divination tool and using it 3 times during the week. Don't use it every day. Don't use it several times a day. Give yourself 3 days for the week and write down the response every time. Okay? And don't switch between divination tools. Pick one. All right. All right. Um, so, oh, what did I do? Oh, I've got so many different things in here. I have ADHD. If you haven't already noticed, this is another squirrel moment. So I have a lot of things written in my script, and sometimes I write things twice, or I do a lot of misspelling, so I've got to correct the words in my brain as I'm reading along. Kill me. All right. So, divination is a relationship, not with a tool, but with your own perception. The tool is simply a language. And when you find that language that fits you, you stop straining to receive guidance. Next week, we're going to talk about astrology and numerology, reading the codes of the cosmos. Until then, keep it simple, keep it clean, and let your intuition get fluent. And that's a wrap on this episode of Mystical Minds. I hope it sparks something inside of you, a memory, a knowing, a nudge from your soul. Don't forget your soul work for the week. You'll find it under resources for episode. If you loved what we explored today, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs a little magic in their life. And if you're craving more, please join the Mystical Minds group. It's a safe, sacred space to explore everything from energy work to soul connections, intuition, spirit guides, and more. You'll find support, community, and your people. You can also book a private reading, energy work, or a soul session with me anytime at outofbodyecstasy.com. I've got you whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or maybe a deeper connection to your soul path. And until next time, everyone, stay grounded, stay curious, and remember, endless possibilities, infinite you.